In this video, we're going to be breaking down the email marketing strategy for a brand that is doing $50 million every single year. And on top of that, I'm going to be sharing the key strategies that you can apply to your own brand so you can start converting more customers from your email marketing today. Before we dive into the video, just a quick refresh on the Shopify dashboard here. As you can see, I'm qualified to speak on the topic of growing e-commerce brands. One of our clients last 90 days under $2.5 million in revenue. We help e-commerce brands scale their revenue profitably. We do that through multiple different areas of customer acquisition and customer retention. The services that we offer are completely done for you across media buying, ad creative production, CRO, landing pages, email marketing, SMS marketing, LTV strategy, and more, okay? So with that out of the way, let's get straight into the video. The brand that we're going to be talking about today is Ritual. As I mentioned, they're a brand that's doing about $50 million plus in revenue every single year. We're currently getting about 500,000 visitors to their website, but previous months getting over 1 million visitors to their website. So this brand has been around for a while. They sell supplements. They focus a lot around pregnant women, but they also focus on the journey after women give birth, right? So their supplements are designed really to, go from prenatal to all the way like after giving birth and really just and what they've really done is they've really expanded their product line over the years to accommodate and to reach more of these audience segments, okay? So as I mentioned, we're going to be breaking down the email marketing strategy for our clients. Email and SMS marketing is a service that we do completely done for you. And just show you some proof in Klaviyo as well. One of our clients generated $763,000 from email marketing alone. So the first thing we're going to cover is the email list capture. And this is actually how you grow your list in the first place, right? Of course, there's other ways to grow the list, to abandoned carts, abandoned checkouts, but how do you get those people that are coming to your website to sign up for your email list? So the current way that Ritual have this is they have this pop-up. So start your Ritual with up to 30% off. I'm actually going to go through what they currently have and then give you at least what I think would be an improved structure from what we've seen with our clients and a strategy that you can apply within your own brand to increase that opt-in rate. So most brands have this where they're saying, here's the offer, enter your email address, and that's it, okay? And in this case, it's up to 30% off. Step 2, once you enter your email address, they ask for the phone number, which is, it's the same offer, but they're just asking for the phone number. At the end, they have the screen where you can start to shop. Now, there's a few things with this that I want to address. The first thing when you have step 1 is how do you increase the buy-in and the number of people who are actually interested in submitting that in the first place. So what I suggest is having a full screen focus pop-up like this one from Hexclad. You can see that it covers the full screen. It's the main focus. There's no other distractions. And then it asks a question for micro commitment. It says, do you want 30% off? Right, do you want 30% off our best-selling 12-piece set claim discount, right? Claim discount then takes you to another screen where you enter your email address and so on. And the reason why this is effective is because we are getting a micro commitment. And micro commitments are a psychological principle. Robert Cialdini, one of the greatest consumer human psychologists, wrote about this in one of his books. But basically, if you get micro commitments from people, you get people to commit to small things, that those stack up over time, and you're more likely to get them to say yes to a bigger thing, right? In our case, it's purchasing. So this is the key strategy that works very well for our clients. It increases the opt-in rate, right? So for all the traffic, all the website visitors you get into your website, you're squeezing more juice out of those visitors by getting more of them to join your email list, okay? By the way, if you're a new viewer here, my name is Jordan Hayes. I actually run a marketing agency where we help e-commerce brands scale their revenue profitably. Now, if you're running an e-commerce brand, you're doing over 100K per month in revenue, and you're facing challenges with scale, maybe your ads or your funnel is not working as well as it used to or should be, or even if it's just a lack of time and resource to put into scaling this part of the business, then that's exactly what we help with. So down below this video, there'll be a link to book a call with me. We'll have a conversation about your business, learn more about the challenges, your objectives, and see if there's a fit for us to work together. Worst case scenario, I can provide some insights as we're seeing with our other clients to help you at your current stage of your business. And as I mentioned, this is for brands who are doing at least 100K per month in revenue and they need help with scaling and obviously want to scale profitably. And in the way in which we help brands scale is we provide services across both customer acquisition and customer retention, done for you services which are completely hands-off. We take care of everything for you. And that includes media buying, CRO, landing pages, ad creative, email marketing, SMS marketing, overall growth strategy, lifetime value optimization, all that stuff, okay? So with that said, let's get back to the video. Right now with this structure, it's not super clear that I need to enter my phone number. Like the average consumer probably would think that maybe there was an issue with the email address because apart from this little thing, this is email address and phone number, everything else is the same. So what I would say, enter your phone number and get a free gift with your order, or enter your phone number and be entered into the chance to win, whatever. But basically what we're doing is we're adding an additional incentive to enter the phone number. Otherwise, why should I do it, right? So that's the one thing there. And I would also add a button to skip here as well, because if someone doesn't enter their phone number, now, okay, they've entered the email, but now they have to like close this window. It's kind of like, did I get the discount? Did I not? They might not check their email because they didn't tell them to check their email. So there's all these different things where you can have drop off. And I would recommend making it clear and then also having a button to say, no thanks. I don't want to enter my phone number and skip. And then it takes them to this page right here. I would, if possible, have some sort of coupon code, discount, like promo code, because what it means is that, like, if I just see this, I say, well, I just gave you my email and SMS for deals that are already live on the website, right? Because this is just going to shop. So there's nothing really special about me giving you my contact information. Didn't really get anything in return. It was kind of a bait and switch. So at least if we can give them a discount code that says, hey, you signed up, here's your 25, 30% off discount code, whatever it is, then the customer feels like they've accomplished and you've closed that loop. Okay. So those are just some notes for the pop-up, and other ideas that Ritual could implement, and obviously some ideas for your own brands as well, is having a quiz-based lead capture. So this is something like take a quiz and get personalized supplement recommendations plus an exclusive offer, right? This is something that Ritual could do for sure. Another one is an educational lead magnet, such as unlock expert health insights and early access to new formulas, sign up now. Okay, so you're basically giving some sort of value and education in return for the contact information. It's another thing that can work. But what we found, again, full screen and offering the discount, or full screen and asking them to take some sort of quiz, ask them some sort of questions to get them engaged, get the micro commitments, and so on and so forth. All right, so that's it for the pop-up strategy. Doing this should, in most cases, it increases the opt-in rate. So you're getting more bang for your buck there with all the website visitors that are coming to your website, especially if you're paying for that traffic. You want to make sure you're squeezing the most out of them. So next thing I want to talk about is the welcome series. And the welcome series is arguably one of the most important flows and sequences that you'll have for your e-commerce brand. The reason is because this is the flow that people receive after they sign up to this email list pop-up that we just went through, okay? So what we want to do here, and I've actually taken Ritual's email and I've put it in here, and I'm highlighting the key areas of this email because I've actually done a pretty good job. So the first thing up here, if we zoom in, you'll see that the Ritual logo is populating, and they also have this blue verified check mark. So the reason why you would want something like this is because it boosts proof, right? It shows that this is like the actual sender. Usually these brand emails are coming in with no profile photo, so this adds a lot of trust. However, there's a few things here. Bimmy costs about $1,500, $2,000 every single year to have. You need a trademark logo to be able to sign up for it. There is some things that need to be done in the process, and that's why it's not accessible to all brands. It's not a deal breaker for your deliverability, but if you're a brand that is doing 8 figures a year, for me, it's a no-brainer, right? You should have this in place. It does add a little bit of a halo effect to deliverability because of the trust signal that it has when it reaches the inbox. And just one other point, it's not always like the logo and the check mark are not always supported in all the inboxes across all devices. So if you have Bimmy and a VMC and you say, well, on Yahoo, on iPhone, we didn't see the logo, because sometimes it's not supported. I think in the future it will be more and more supported as, these trust barriers, get more and more important. We're going to see that come into play a little bit more, but I just wanted to highlight that just so that you're aware of what that is. So the next thing here, the first thing is satisfy the want, right? And what this is it people are signing up for a certain reason. We want to immediately satisfy that want, that desire in the email. This could be missed, right? This little sticker. So what I would actually do is I would have the discount code front and center. Say, hi there, welcome to Ritual. Here's the discount code you signed up for, okay? And then a button to go back and shop. That's all you need to do. Above the fold in the welcome series email 1, that's all you need to do, because that's all what customers are coming for. If they open their email trying to find the discount code, they can't find it, that leads to frustration, and you're just adding friction in the sales process that is not required, okay? So that's one thing there. This is a conversion optimized design because they have the headline, subheadline, and then the button, and then the image. We love this design, this because it's structured in a way that is conversion optimized. It's above the fold. It gives you everything you need to know without scrolling, and it has an image. It's on brand. It looks very nice, right? We apply this to all the clients that we work with when we're doing branded designed emails. One thing I would say is that you could decrease the amount of text in the subheadline. It's a little bit wordy. I would keep this more short and to the point. I'm going to show you an example of actually what we did in terms of a redesign for Ritual. Ritual are not one of our clients, by the way, but we just did the redesign again just to show you how we think about things, and I'll show you that right now. So basically we have a smarter way to supplement, backed by science, made with traceable ingredients. Better health starts here, and then you can shop daily health or shop pregnancy. Okay, so it's the same conversion optimized design, but it's more direct, more to the point, right? It's less text, it's easier to consume, and it's more likely that someone's going to actually read it, right? If people see a wall of text, a block of text, I mean, to be honest, I didn't even read the text, right? Until, actually putting this email together, putting this into Figma, I didn't read this text, right? And that just goes to show, right? The average consumer is not reading this. So other good things about this email though, they have this dive deeper section where the brand promises, the founder, the kind of the backstory, which is great. I just think in the first email, people are only opening to purchase. They're only opening to get the discount code, the promo code, and just to go back to the website and make a purchase, right? That's really the main thing. I would hold the founding story, the science, all that stuff for emails 2 and 3, because you're likely to have more attention and get more of those things across, and you can keep those in your back pocket, if the customer hasn't purchased by that point. So just some ideas there and some ways to think about it. Then we have, featured shop by section, which is always good in these kind of emails, just give like customers easy ways to go back to the website and shop different collections, different products, whatever it is, okay? So in our email, what we did was we went through these, above the fold section, but then what we do is we say, welcome to Ritual, just a quick, intro. We're thrilled to have you join a community that believes in transparency, science-backed ingredients, and daily habits that actually matter. And then we have some brand promises and the promo code. Unlike traditional vitamins, we obsess over what goes in and what stays out, ensuring every ingredient is traceable, clean, and research-backed. And then, the promo code comes here. Again, I would actually have this, further up in the email, in the subheader. But again, just another example, you could repeat it in the body. Now, this visual that we chose is customer aligned because they're going after pregnant women, and compare that to these images here where it doesn't really give away the fact that they're reaching to a specific audience. I think if you wanted to be more targeted and specific, an image like this could be a lot more impactful. It's a lot more relatable to the people that are opening this email, meaning that the CTR will likely be higher. And then we have the product and the feature shop by section, which is a little bit more dynamic. It's creating this like left and right, right and left as we go down the page, compared to just a simple one that is kind of these more pastel, like gray, blue colors. At least for me, I prefer like this kind of more dynamic one, which is adding a little bit of different imagery. The personal preference. But yeah, that is really the email we designed. So you have 2 different perspectives, of how Ritual themselves do it and how we would actually approach it and do it for them. But yeah, just some ideas there. When it comes to the other emails in the welcome series, email 2 and email 3, we've noted down some ideas for Ritual. The first one, email 2 could be the science. As I mentioned, you can hold the science, you could hold the founding story, you can hold those things for emails 2, 3, and beyond, because you can use those to answer objections. So the subject could be something like what makes Ritual different, the science behind our formulas. And then what you do is you educate subscribers on Ritual's rigorous research and third-party testing to build trust, build authority. Then you want to highlight the benefits of key ingredients and why they're included, provide testimonials or customer reviews, and then finally a CTA to learn more. Direct them back to the ingredient transparency page, and that page should also have buttons to shop products as well, okay? So this is like a very common, science-based, email that, goes into health-related brands that can, back that with the science. If you don't have, if you don't really think that science is, relatable to the product you're selling, then you could replace this for a founding story. You could replace it with the fact, maybe the principles behind the brand and how you source your ingredients, how you source your materials to make the product, the way in which the product is made, all those things are all good, okay? Email 3, an idea here is community and subscription benefits. So join the Ritual community and unlock exclusive perks. So introduce a subscription model and its benefits. What we're doing here is we're priming the customer on an option to choose the subscription over the one time. So we're talking about flexibility, sustainability, delivery convenience, because ultimately you want those subscribers for lifetime value. Then it's sharing customer stories and social proof, always important. Inviting subscribers to follow Ritual on social media for ongoing education updates, and then a CTA to join us, directing them back to the community or blog, right? So more of a community subscription-focused benefits email, okay? So why do these things work, okay? First thing is it educates new subscribers on Ritual's mission, product quality, and transparency, as we saw, in the first email that we designed, but also as we go deeper into the science with these emails as well. The next thing is it builds trust before asking for a purchase. We're building a lot of authority. We're getting customers bought into the brand before we ask them for that sale. And it also encourages first-time orders through strategic CTAs, call to action buttons, and social proof, okay? So the call to actions are always action-driven. Join us and learn more, right? We're always creating a curiosity gap to get them to click through and get to the other side, okay? In the main welcome series email as well, and in subsequent emails, you want to repeat the discount, right? You want to repeat the promo that they signed up for, just to reinforce that it's still active and they can still use it, and just as another push to come and purchase. And you can use a button CTA text such as like claim your 10% off, which again is action and offer driven and is likely to get the click. Okay, that's all for this video. If you are looking for a partner to help with your email and SMS marketing, really increase your lifetime value, come in, build retention and lifecycle strategy, and execute everything for you, then there'll be a link below this video. You can book a call. We'll have a chat about your business, understand the current challenges when it comes to retention, and talk about if there's a fit for us to work together. All right, that's it for this one, and I'll see you in the next video.